It's the Eastern Conference playoffs, and this is Game 3 of the first round on EA Sports. From Bankers Life Fieldhouse, tonight it's the Indiana Pacers getting set to match up with the Toronto Raptors. Hi, everyone. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. Jay, we look at the Raptors coming into...
The one thing we know about playoff basketball, expect the unexpected. How many games come down to the wire, or a performance off the bench, or even a big shot at the end? Every night holds something different, and that's why we love this game so much.
That'll get out off the Raptors. Oladipo. That pass taken away by Toronto. Lowry, guarded by the former Dookie. Stuffs it down with authority.
That probably won't be the last time we see a dunk from him tonight. Maybe sometimes you should send a message. Give him a hard foul. Don't let it be so easy.
Flushes it home. He climbed the ladder on that one.
Well, the question is, how big is the ladder? He's still climbing.
Stuffs it down with authority.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Lowry. And count the basket.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Oladipo. Marc Gasol. Huge block.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Ball's controlled by the Raptors. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Free throw good to finish off the three-point play. The lead is up to 5. Rivers with the basketball. Looking to make something happen to Oladipo. Here's a chance from long range. No good. That's great defense.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Pacers with the possession. Gets a look. Can't hit.
See, I don't like that shot right there. Pass the ball, get the defense moving, maybe set a hard screen, roll to the rim, see the ball go in a couple of times before you settle for a mid-range jumper that's contested.
Now a whistle, and Indiana is going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the first. Siakam able to recover with the block. Toronto has the basketball. And the finish at the rim.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Oladipo into the front court. Down 11. Count the bucket for 2.
That boy's living his best life.
Tough move in close quarters with the crossover. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
That was such a great job on the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
The free throw is good. Finishing off the three-point play. The lead grows to 12. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Big finish at the rim. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
Knocked loose. Rebound taken by Toronto. Curling inside. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Off the mark on his free throw. Rivers to bring it into the front court. Down a bundle. Finish that. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Now the Pacers going to use a timeout as they'll go over some tactics now in this first quarter of play. And a whistle.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
To Brogdon. Trying to cash in. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Finally something goes their way. I don't think I need to tell you, but this has been a disaster of a first quarter. They just need somebody to get hot, and then they need to come together as a team and get a few stops.
and he dunks it down for two.
Whew, I don't think anyone saw this one coming, but it looks like they're trying to send a message. Look into their eyes. They're laser focused. They're playing as if this game is tied.
Brogdon. Runner here won't go.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot that the offense takes, make sure that it has a 10 as far as degree of difficulty.
Gets it to go, and the foul.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball, but sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Free throws up and good. Three-point play. They continue to pour it on early. Pacers control. And scores.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Augustine with the basketball. His guys down big. Gasol sends it away.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Livingston across the timeline. He'll run the offense. Can't connect.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
The drive. Right.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Count it.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Great pass to set it up. Marc Gasol snatching it out of the air.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Free throws good as they add on to this big early lead. We get a whistle and a timeout as they'll take a moment to talk things over. Time to shuffle things up. good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
To Rivers.
Big pick right there.
Fires the three. That no good. Off the mark. Oh, ferocious slam inside. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Won't go. Oh, and a putback.
If you know anything, it comes down to who wants it more. And right now, the offense is just hungrier.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Lets it fly from long range. Smothering D. Nothing going here on that drive. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Free throw's good. It's a three-point play. This big first half continues. Indiana with the basketball. From the painted area, won't go down. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Knocks it down.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Now a whistle, and Indiana is going to use a timeout as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Dario Saric sends it away.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Pascal Siakam, strong finish.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are two different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
And Victor Oladipo, quick catch and shoot that time for three.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the three.
Count the basket inside.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
more to his total. It's Indiana basketball. Oladipo. Short jumper won't go down.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Lowry into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Now the Pacers going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Now ready for a couple of free throws.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Can't connect on the first free throw.
One time, here we go.
Free throw try, off the mark.
Wait on it.
Mouse in the hole, mouse in the hole.
Nice finish at the rim.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
To Oladipo. Yes, Victor Oladipo. 4 out of 10.
The NBA's most improved player was a guy that always invested in himself, both on and off the court, but he always put in the work to be better. Was a sponge for information, an insatiable appetite to be the best. But the difference is, he's believing in himself. Whether that's singing at the NBA award show or performing at the highest level on the court, it's safe to say that Victor Oladipo has officially arrived.
Oladipo into the front court. Down a bundle. Off the assist.
Big shout out to the athletic trainer for this team. It's obvious you've been doing all the preparation required of your team in the weight room in the offseason. Flex on them a little bit.
Lowry. Rivers into the front court. Looking to make something happen. To Oladipo. Reset here. Let's see what they do. Dario Saric swats it. Toronto with the basketball. Stuffs it down with authority.
Like my old coach used to say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's way too easy. Just keep attacking. It's easy money.
Oladipo into the front court. Under a minute to go before halftime.
You got it.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Pacers with the possession. Knocked loose. Has a look. And scores. Nice move, Jay.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas, or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
Knocked loose. To Oladipo from long range. Can't connect. Beyond the arc for three. Textbook defense. Just inside the arc. At the buzzer. So the two teams will head to the locker room as we reach the break here in game number 3. Let's get you to our NBA and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jalen Rose, and this is your EA Sports Halftime Report. The Raptors certainly didn't have a problem putting up points in the opening half. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Toronto Raptors.
Player of the half.
The film speaks for itself. He's definitely the player of the half. Now he just got to give an encore to get his team to win.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in that first half. Here we go with the top plays from the
Player of the half.
I like this choice because he really put on a show in the opening half. There's a reason he's a fan favorite.
Who was cold?
The Raptors dominated this matchup from the opening tip. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Toronto Raptors. Fellas, back to you.
First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. Pascal Siakam stuffs it down with authority.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Here comes the screen. Austin Rivers. And it's Gasol with the rebound.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
Oladipo into the front court. His guys down big. Fires the three. It's no good. Shot's not going down. Throws it down. Good luck keeping up with that.
Did you see that jump? It was as quick as a pogo stick.
Pacers control. Oladipo to Rivers.
Wait on it.
To Turner. Terrific vision. Ah, you've got to get that one to go.
Gotta come through.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Free throw good to cap off the three-point play as they continue to open things up here in the third quarter. Now a whistle, and Indiana is going to use a timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter.
I got ball.
Austin Rivers to Oladipo. Has a chance, just off the mark.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
It's good. Count the basket and the foul.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
And he converts on the free throw. Rivers with the basketball. He'll run the offense. To Oladipo. The Pacers with 4 to shoot. Trying to cash in. Wide open look, won't go. Stuffs it down with authority.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Wait on it. I got him.
Oladipo. Turns and slams it down. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
And look out. Big finish at the rim.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Tough make through traffic.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Oladipo curling inside for three. Missed it, and the rebound taken by Gasol. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball, but sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Hits the free throw.
Good shot, good shot.
Indiana with the basketball.
I got ball.
Has a look. Oladipo, not that time. And counted at the rim.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
I got ball.
Oladipo to Brogdon. Screen coming. Oh, Miles Turner. Not a busy night, but effective. 2 for 2.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Ah, the monster stuff.
Just a ball-handling wizard, still putting people under his spell.
Oladipo to Turner. Marc Gasol tips it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Has a chance. Gets a shot up off the mark. And look out.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
Oladipo. Now a steal as the Raptors have it.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort, it's off the charts.
Oladipo. Won't go down. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. Free throws coming up.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
Knocks down the first. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second.
Watch the cutter, man.
Down the lane to lay it in.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
And finishes strong. Gotta love the rim rockers.
Gotta be careful, though. Don't hang on the rim too long. You might get a tee.
Rises for the slam.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
In the front court, it's Augustine. Down a bundle. Brogdon. That's toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
There's some players out there that like the freedom of space, and then we have the anomalies. We have the players who feel comfortable being uncomfortable, and almost the physicality.
Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Shot by Saric off the mark. Augustine with it up top. Looking to make something happen. Can't miss those. Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
It's the Raptors with the basketball. 4-3. Can't go down. Smothering defense. And now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
Just because a team's winning doesn't mean the refs are going to put away the whistle. Play right all the way through.
Miles Turner has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 78% at the line. First one goes down. So he hits the first, misses the second. Desperation shot here from half court. 3 quarters down. It's been all Raptors. So the Pacers with the basketball to start the fourth. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. It's Indiana basketball. Stuffs it down with authority. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
And that's going to get out of bounds. It'll stay Raptors basketball. Whoa! What a finish! At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
And ooh, I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on a defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative because right now the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is.
Me neither. Gets it to go. Didn't have many choices there. Lets it fly.
You know, it reminds me of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
The crossover gets inside, and the slam dunk.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Nice pass to set things up. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Nice pass to get things going.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Gets it to go. Someone clearly missed their rotation.
There's only so many times you can hide from the truth. That was horrific defense. Just got to get it back on the next possession.
Cashes in for two.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Going to launch beyond the arc. Great defense, forcing the miss. Pacers with the possession. Deep right corner. Oladipo. And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
DJ Augustine at the line for two shots. A career 86% from the line. And hits the first free throw. And he makes them both. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
He throws it down.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Augustine with the basketball. His guys down big. To Oladipo. Here's a chance from long range. And Victor Oladipo, wide open look. He cashes in for three.
I know the refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
To Gasol, down low, and stuffs it home.
It has been. The passing has been great, but the precision of the passing has been next level. Every pass has been delivered right in the pocket, ready for the player to either shoot or dunk the ball.
Oladipo. Add 2 points to the board. Miles Turner with the block.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
This is a statement game for this unit. This defense has generated a lot of easy offense. And the one thing we know in the league, easy offense is hard to come by.
Victor Oladipo with the slam. Oh, leaves the defender in the dust. Leaves his man in the dust and finishes at the rim. Late heave to beat the buzzer. It's the Raptors with the victory. And they're moving on to the second round of the NBA playoffs. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been the NBA playoffs on EA Sports. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time, good night.
And I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Raptors are one step closer to a championship with today's win. Still, the journey is far from over. They've got to stay focused. They want this journey to end with the Larry O'Brien Trophy in their hands. guys who put up the most points for the Toronto Raptors. The Pacers.
We're hoping for a different postseason future, but now it's about what-ifs of the past. The reality of the offseason is now upon them.
Check out the leading scorers for the Indiana Pacers.
Player of the game.
I like this choice because he really put on the show in this game. There's a reason he's a fan favorite.